The content on this channel is for informational and educational purposes only. Please contact a professional when it comes to your financial needs. SNAP benefits getting cut is not a good thing. Why? October and November is the Super Bowl for grocery stores. It is Christmas for grocery stores. Without those benefits, there are going to be a lot of shelves with already expensive food stockpiled for this time of the year going bad. Why is this happening? Let's talk about it right here, right now on Ujamaa Network. Let's get to it. I'm not going to rage bait anybody on this channel. I'm just going to get into some straight facts. SNAP benefit stands for Supplemental Nutritional Assistance Program. Unfortunately, it has become an abuse program. No, I don't believe all the talking points that swarms of illegal immigrants are getting SNAP benefits. I really don't believe that at all. However, there are enough Americans who are abusing the system that justify some of these benefits being modified, at least to the tune of where you're not collecting thousands of dollars in food supplement because you just make bad choices. And this is what I mean. Here's the breakdown of all of the benefits. As you see, you are basically rewarded for having more people in your family. For instance, a family of four with one breadwinner. That's if people were still doing the traditional marriage life. You could make or earn up to $3,600 a month. That's basically about a $25 to $26 an hour job for a head of a household. Cool. Or if you got both parents working fast food or whatever, and you're both bringing home that much money, gross. All right. Four people. That means you have two kids. But what if you're a single mother and you got three or four or five kids? This is the breakdown of what's happening. That's what people are getting ticked off about because it seems like the more kids you have, the more benefits you're going to have. And that's what people are rebelling against. Now, I, for one, don't get into the pocket watching kind of thing because that's what you're doing when you're worried about what somebody else got going on in their life. But at some point in time, assistance does not mean a way of life. There should be a limit on how much assistance is given out. Now, if you've got to go on assistance multiple times, hey, there's nothing wrong with that. People are being laid off for no fault of their own and they need assistance. They need help right now. We got people who have jobs who just haven't been paid because of this government shutdown. That's not right. Why shouldn't people like that get assistance? This is what I'm talking about. You can't just come in with a bulldozer and try to fix all this stuff and think it's not going to have some after effects on people who really need aid. And this is the big dilemma of this whole debate for me. There are so many crash out videos of people just having panic attacks, crying, in different levels of dismay because their SNAP benefits got cut. And that's a real thing. What's happened because of the government shutdown? Many news outlets are reporting that, hey, especially in Georgia, Alabama, and Tennessee, the word is out. Hey, no SNAP benefits are coming this month because of the shutdown. Payments are not going out. It's not that the money hasn't been appropriated, it has, but they're not releasing it. This is a dry run from when those benefits go away. Now, the biggest talking point, because people get into their talking points, is that this is part of Project 2025, and it was. And the inference is that this is some type of congressional action. No, it's not. This delay is based on the government shutdown and nothing else. Now, the policies of Project 2025 would like to have these benefits go away completely. But I think right now, the goal for many on that side is to put a work requirement in so that you get your benefits, but you have to put in a work requirement, just like you do for your unemployment insurance in this country. All right. If you've ever been on unemployment, had a job, lost it through no fault of your own, meaning that you didn't quit, you were entitled to unemployment benefits. Your employer pays that while you are working, and a part of it comes out of your check. So when you are unemployed through no fault of your own, you have a time frame of when you can collect these benefits. That should have been the goal or the start of SNAP benefits from the very start. Instead, what many people are crashing out and complaining about on the other side of the crash outs, what people are complaining about is those recipients have been using this as a way of life, racking up huge sums. I've seen one that was flexing $4,000 in SNAP benefits. What? How many kids is that? And this is what has so many people kind of ticked off. This doesn't mean that you are a raging MAGA because you don't want to see people abuse the system, because the A in SNAP benefits stopped being about assistance and became abuse. You know, supplemental nutritional abuse program. And that's what we're talking about. Some of the talking points on the right were that, oh, these SNAP benefits are going to illegal aliens. Nah, nah. It's written in the law. Now, is there other corruption? Do we have to focus on just the illegal aliens? How about the individuals who were taking $4,000 in SNAP benefits? How do you do that? Maybe inquiring minds want to know. But the problem is, whether it's illegal aliens or welfare queens or, you know, people making a business of it, corporate welfare, individuals who literally find loopholes in the system to make a come up. And it isn't limited to any one racial demographic. Sorry, not sorry. The big issue here is the abuse. And what this action is going to remind everybody, because it's not a political vote. There's no votes have been taking place. This is just a reality of the shutdown. But what it's going to do is remind people that these benefits are just that, benefits. And hopefully it'll scare people enough to think about their actions before they have these real life consequences. Now, does that mean we are not going to have empathy for people who are sitting out here struggling, trying to figure out how they're going to feed their kids? Listen, I don't even know where you get a job in an economy that's as messed up as this. You have to start getting something and not turning it to a reason to justify going into a life of crime. I've heard so many stories of people wanting to sell cat when there's opportunities made right now on this very issue where you can make some money if you know what you're doing. Look out for these different sales that's coming up. Get some money together. There are going to be a lot of deals out here. Maybe it's time to stock up. I don't know how you figure it out, but crashing out, threatening to do weird stuff in the grocery store, that's a recipe to feed the prison industrial complex and not your family. Understand this. This is going to get a lot worse before it gets any better. Now, of course, the recipients of those food allowances are only one half of the story. What does this do to the farmers in this country? Farmers who have already been hit, especially in Georgia, with the tariffs action. Georgia was the number one exporter of chicken feed. It's a delicacy in China. That market is cooked. So that product is not going anywhere. Soybeans, woo, just got tanked. No soybeans are being sold. China, again, our number one customer. Add to that, the ranchers just got hit with some not so friendly aid to Argentina. The administration just gave $20 billion US money to prop up the Argentine import market so they can import beef. What do you think that's going to do to the price of beef in this country? This is not shaping up to be a good time for a farmer, no matter the product. We just went over beef, soybean. I don't even want to tell you what's happening in the dairy right now. Um, Poultry. Now you add this, the products that were actually sold. Now you're not. Now you're passing that pain on to the grocery stores. These kind of supply chain disruptions and instabilities are going to have an effect. A lot of farms are going to go under. There's not enough aid to bankroll the entire industry. And I don't want to sound as an alarmist, but let's just do the math. If you have a product that nobody is buying, just like our car market, what do you think is going to happen? Unfortunately, unlike a car, this food has a sell by date. These are perishable goods. There's not enough preservatives you can pump into food to make it last the month. This is not a good look. And I think the end result is going to be more pain for our farmers. You can say what you want about the causes, you can believe what you want. And to me, it always comes back to like the bad plot of a B-rated horror movie. It's like you have like uh, Freddy going around killing all of these victims in his dreams, in your dreams, right? And people are debating whether or not, oh, it's all in your head. It's all in what you believe. Meanwhile, people are dying, right? Same thing with this. People are being hurt, whether you believe it's the fault of one political party or another. The reality is damage is done. And instead of focusing on stopping the damage, you're having these questions of political allegiances. No, the goal here is to try to get everybody on the same page and fix a common problem. The common problem right now is there's too much aid going out of the country, not enough aid coming into the country. And that's a fact. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I will entertain some of them. As soon as you start getting political, trust me, I'm going to probably block it. You have a good day. Talk to you later.